I'm back! She did it! Everybody! She's on. She's on. Okay. Alright. Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the infinite eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Take two. This is Gifts Unlocked. Season 3, episode 1. 1K and beyond. That's what we're looking at over here. Yes, finally. So this is the half off promo day, 1 of 5, take 2. Class is in session. And we're about ready to do this like it should be done. Okay, now that my body temperature is regulated, we're gonna just do a little swoopy there. I don't know what happened. Do you know what happened? Tell me. Who was the hacker behind this? Anyway, it's all a test. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. It's all done with. That's all I need to worry about is getting my stuff all figured out. All right, so can I put the cards back? They said no. Weird. Okay, so we have new energy cards now since we just did we restarted. Okay. Let's see here. This. No, we're not going to use this one right now. Maybe you just do a switch deck. Perhaps. Let me see if this thing is really, really working. It's working! Scary. I'm just going to check one more thing to see if I did this correctly. And yeah, I did. Okay, 10 minutes? 20 minutes. No, that we regulate just the same. 20 minutes, 20 seconds. It's all good. All right. Energy cards are good with this. Okay. New energy cards. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, if you're here, make action, where's my manners? Thank you so much for your participation. Yeah, thank you for your interest in subscribing and leveraging me. Yeah. All right, so let's move forward. You know, when I have to say formal thank yous like that, I feel like Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. A little hardened on life. All right, so energy cards. Boop. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. What do we got here? What do we got? Oh, the Empress. Dang. The Empress in reversal. On the recipient side, and then on the doing side, Page of Swords. Okay, these are the new energy cards. I don't know what happened. I really, truly, really don't. Hello. Okay. I think I got back on my feet quickly. I just gave it too long of a chance to like sit it out and recalibrate. But if I had known that it wasn't going to cooperate for real, I would have just transitioned faster. So if anyone's looking for me to impress them, I shall impress you with that fact. Where's my bobby pins? Bobby pins. Poppy calls. Oh, there we go. I got it. I got you. Like no other. All right. Come on down. You can do it. All right. These are the smaller bobby pins. I'm not really into the smaller bobby pins. They're not as supportive. Okay. Oh, okay. The other side. Oh, look at that. Okay, so 3, which is the Empress in reversal. It's both internal and external. I don't believe I've ever received the Empress, or maybe it's been a long time, in reversal. So let me just clarify, okay? Okay. External. Whoa, we're good here. Okay. I asked for both sides if well, at least the dominant energy for sure. If it's both internal and external, I just verified if they're well-intended or ill-intended. We both are winners. We're both well-intended. Fantastic. On the recipient side, so this is just kind of like detached at first, or not detached, objective. Just, keeping a little distance. That's it. That's what you do when you introduce yourself, okay? You're not all eggs in one basket. Like, where's your basket? Here's all my eggs. We don't do that here, okay? I hope not. And so that's what we do upon greeting. Okay, we recognize each other. We recognize the need for spatial etiquette. For real. If we're empresses, we know magic. We know the impact of magic, and we know how to discipline ourselves around other magic. Okay, and that's good. That's good to see. Especially on the female end. It would be a total red flag if you did not see that. I mean, if you did not honor that from female to female. Let's say if you're interested in the opposite sex, this is a good sign to have, keep a bit of distance, respectful distance. Because like, if you have the hots for someone, this should set the tone. Like, well, how are you with, if other parts of your body wants to give accolades to someone else, Anyway, just saying. All right, on the right side is the doing side. This is a learner, intern, messenger. There's something more to it. Practitioner, like the studious one. Ready for integration? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Look at that. She's got some muscles. Look at her calves. Look at her arms, her shoulders, for sure. She's thick in a different way. I don't know what you're saying, Willie. I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand. Why don't I understand? It's okay. Let's move forward. Okay. I'm just being straightforward as usual. Okay, so those are the new energy cards. We do segue from this? No, duh. We don't do segue off of the same card. Segue? Nope. Segue. We weren't able to use these yet. And this was the original one that was supposed to be segued. Segue. Segue. Or pre-shuffle segue? Segue. No, these are the formal segues. All right, Queen of Cups in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. Same. Different. Same. Different. Different is the dominating energy. Internal. External. Both of these are external energies. Okay. Yeah, since I'm duplicating this, like this is take 2. I don't know if I already said this, and I think it's obvious in my title and in my description what this one's all about. But if there are no, questions or quarrants, it's business as usual. Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse and the Hangman in reverse. These are separate energies. Do they know each other? They do. How weird is that? Okay. Okay, they're both well-intended. But give me a second. I feel like there's somebody trying to dip into my energy. Like unrightfully, like disrespectfully. So, we shall banish those energies. That's what shall happen. Weird. Weird. Anyway, Queen of Cups in reverse. These are energies that know each other. They're both well intended. Okay. Maybe this is like the buddy system. Okay. Let me get more clarification on this, because it's like, what does this have to do with my segue, though? Does it have to do with my stuff? No, it's a separate agenda thing. So these energies are just in transit. One's, you know, just taking care of themselves, filling their own cup. Yeah, that's the Queen of Cups in reversal. And then, you know, just looking for, you know, some messaging. Just signs, personal signs for themselves. And then the Hangman in reverse. Come to the awareness of something. Just was like let in on something. They just dropped in on something. But it's a non-spiritualist. Which is weird. They know each other, though. I guess we have varied energies. So maybe this is like the meeting spot. Like, hey, I know you. This happens like on Twitch. For sure. Give me a second here, though. Give me a second. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Give me a second. Weird. So freaking weird. So freaking weird. To just have to protect myself. Not so bad. That's probably a little too much right there. What we shall do. What we shall do. Okay. Whoa, what a difference that made. Okay. So, let me get my Segue cards. Okay. Because this reading is quite different from what my usual is. Very strange indeed. That's a lot of segue. They said just go with it. Just go with it. Okay. So I'm just drawing back on a couple of readers. I don't remember who they are because I visit a variety from here to there. And actually, give me a second. I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, no. This is not the right one. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Oh, better. Oh, that feels so much better. Oh, holy cannolis. That feels a shit ton better. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, that was weird. That feels so much better. On the first reading, though, I know that there was a very strong character. Exceedingly wonderful energy. my candle is saying that there's something different here. There's whatever. But anyway, catching back, like, let's go back here. Let's rewind for a second. Back to the other readers. A couple of them said, like, just to, like, I'm gonna be starting something new, and not to, or told their collective they would be starting something new, and not to worry about the perfectionism of it all. And it might feel a little unsteady, unstable, and whatnot. And when you're told these things, or even when you discover them on your own, like through your own readings, you have this different picture in mind, like another world. And sometimes it's not even really that different. It's just slightly different in its aesthetics. And the logistics are more intangible. So it's just like sometimes we forget to factor in those things. But right now, I definitely feel like there are other energies trying to creep in and do more like dumb shit than usual. Like I feel a lot of like physical things, like first here, then my heart, then the top part of my back. It's just I've never felt like so much bullshit. So give me a second. Like it's just strange. Yeah, it's just super strange to encounter it like that. Anyway. It's just weird. Anyway, I'm all better now. All better. Okay. So my Segue cards. Okay, over here. All right, the Devil in reverse again. This is reappearing and not having to micromanage anything, and just like just go with it. Just go with it. Ten of Cups in reversal. This is no, this is I'm a good time. I'm a good time. Even if I'm just solo at this, even if like nobody showed up at all, if it was like a 0 head count, I just know I'm a good time. I could still rock this one. 8 of Swords. Okay. And then 7 of Swords in reverse. And then Ace of Swords? What the heck? This is 16 swords. This is in like immediate determination. So it's exacting on discernment. It's the Tower card, mind you. And it's signifying that with the Ace of Swords right like at the back end. So it's like the stay put. Like you don't see everything that's lingering about you and any possible threats. And I'm not supposed to see every single detail. Like what the fuck does it matter anyway? That's what somebody else is bringing to the table. I feel protected. I know I'm protected. I know that there's karma attached to all this madness, and I'm safe. You know, I'm truly safe. And like, okay, so this is no BS clause. I don't bring any, so you know, that's that. And that's the truth. So 16 swords for sure. So this is like a rite of initiation, almost like 16 candles, but there's 16 swords. The Magician card. So this is like Hecate is a bit tricky, you know. She's like, don't get too comfortable. Like don't. And I think when you reach a certain goal, especially if it's new, and especially if it's been proposed for one in particular to be harder to achieve than the many or the average, that it almost becomes inexplicable to its value of like, why hasn't it happened yet? Like hold all of that, like all the bullshit aside. If you get too relaxed and in that transition of like, oh, I already own it, like I already know this shit. It already sets you back a little bit, and so it didn't do that to me, thankfully. Yeah, and people are still trying to do stuff. Like on my toes, I feel like little like needle thingies on it. So but that's not mine. I send it back. I send it back. It's not mine. Ooh, I felt nauseous there for a second. I think somebody who's trying to do that, they're gonna get a whipping. A whipping indeed. So yeah, this is like this is a master magician. This is quite masterful. I think that she knew that I could do it. But it was just like, it's just to keep things honest. Like where I'm at isn't just your regular shiz. Not only am I a good time, solo, but I know I don't have to, like, this is a display of trust in oneself and appreciating oneself and what I bring to the table. And this is not just trust in oneself. This is also trust in mentors, in the right mentors. So already off on a good start. The segue is showing here. And who would have thunk? I mean, that's the Empress on the one side with someone who's already, you know, ready. Hey. Yeah, I think maybe, yeah, it's weird because like even my computer is showing me like there's illusion spells too. Like normally I feel more attractive, but for some reason what I'm seeing is not like, there's something about having to second guess one. There's something. There's multiple things going on right now. So just give me a second. Like even here on my thumb, I'm starting to feel like cramping. People are just like dum-dums. So, ooh, that'll work. That'll work quite well. What else? What else? I guess I could put this on. You know, just do the thing. Just do it. Okay. Just do the dang thing. Okay. But I feel like I have like earmuffs on, so it's hard to hear. Oh, my Cash App is in my bio. There's a link or something. I'm gonna say somewhere there. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's in there. If you need me to double check for you, I will. Yeah. All right. Yeah, like I'm even seeing like, oh, I've got smudge there from having to protect myself, and I'm mismatched, and I'm okay. I'm a great catch. Okay, so header cards. Now that we got that, okay. Header cards. Header cards. Okay. Boop. 3, 2, 1. Chase. What we got here? 9 of Wands and the Hanged Man. This is like, what is this? Like the 5 of Pentacles was appearing quite a bit previous. So one thing I noticed doing a back-to-back on take 1 and take 2, the unexpected multiple takes, is that these readings kind of run into each other. Without me like flipping through this book of let me just see what we've already gone through here. Okay, yeah, so it kind of runs through together, and I think that's the important thing before things get rolla friggin' busy is especially when I move out of this zone, like in person, or on different premises that I need to schedule some downtime in between. And because like, what is it like when you're having to experience, I got yours, Francesca. Okay. Yeah, like what good is all of this when you're just like hopping from one place to another and it just like all melds into one? Don't you want to build memories? Don't you want to like remember the good stuff from each place, like have personal souvenirs to add to your story time and your recollections? And so that's something important. So give me a sec. um okay, so 9 of Wands. Okay, let me address in just a second. Recipient side, it's this is appearing. This is appearing. And on the like showing up, basically. That's on the recipient side. Showing up for stuff, for the good stuff. And then the right side, the manifesting side, is the Hangman. So just keep abreast of the situation when it's on the recipient end. This is kind of being the manager to the loading dock area. So you're not really doing all of like the manual labor, but you're observing it. You're managing the logistics. And so naturally you'd have to be a little objective to the situation, but know truly what's going on. So there's that. You have to allow for some autonomy for your crew, basically. So, or also, if we're just talking about the standardization of your situation, you have to allow for certain anomalies and flexibility and this and that. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, now I did get something through, I think, Cash App. Let me double check here. I know it's been a long time. Mischief one says. HNY. All right, thank you. Oh, did you have a question though, Izzy? Did you have a question? Thank you, by the way. I appreciate you. Appreciate. But did you have a question? Oh, what's coming in for love? Okay, so un momento, por favor. Okay, 10 minutes, sure. Okay, let me go ahead and get the right deck for you, okay? Essentially, I'm gonna get a love deck, okay? I don't know where, oh, I know where it is, hold on. There's that one. Okay. They decided to go with the safe one. The other two were Vampirella and the sensual goddess, which is a little, it can be a little raunchy, I think. I mean, with its blatant pictures. But let's go with this, okay? So for Izzy, looking at the clock, 11:04 p.m. Okay. So, what's coming in love for you? Oh, 2 questions? Okay. Okay, 2 questions instead of 1. That's fine, yeah. We can do it. Okay. What's coming in love for you? Okay. What opened up? Oh, my damn. Damn, sure. Okay. Okay. This is the Romantic Tarot, which is the cover card. okay, to the Lover's card, which came in right behind it. That's the first I've ever seen it like that. And then right behind the King of Cups, okay? And then what opened up to it is the Emperor card. What the heck is going on with you, darling? Okay. Okay. So it looks like you want to refresh here. Mm-hmm. Well, you have someone already in close proximity who's interested in you. I don't know if you realize it or not, or this is saying that you're already with somebody. See, it's right there, just right there. What opened up to it, okay? Give me a second, though. Or this could be, you know, more like a parental figure, somebody that watches over you, that really, really cares for you, that wants the best for you. Like they want to see this come through into big life, the real, not just like the pictures. Yeah, I get more of the second one than you're already with someone. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You will come across an energy that finds you yeah, quite romantic, like quite a prized possession, like someone that they could, what do you call it? When they say like husband worthy, wife worthy, or whatever, they see you as that. Like you fit the picture, you fit the plan, you're quite attractive. I mean, this is the Lover's card. Very much like almost to perfection, like storybook perfection. Okay. This is an Emperor, but they are controlling. Okay. They have money. They have the sources. Actually, wait a second. They do have the sources. They might come off as having the money, but I don't think they have the money. This is somebody that's very well known, like a big boss, like somebody that is that holds a high position. They could be quite mature as well in age. However, they may have everything that fits into place as far as acknowledging them as upright, but unfortunately it looks like it's one of those things where well, let me get some more off of that first, okay? I do get that this energy, this one is ill-intended. That's behind door number 1 anyways. Okay. What do they say? 4 of Pentacles in reversal. Okay. The word of advice here though is not to micromanage who you come across. Like, don't, how do I say it? It's not don't be too picky. This is more like you're gonna come across these, like a variety of people. If you're gonna come across this energy, catch the eyes of this kind of energy, you're gonna catch the eyes of others as well. So like you shouldn't have to like blame yourself ever come to that. Like, what kind of a guy am I attracting and why? Oh, justice will come through though. Okay, so different energy. Okay. So don't get too settled. Well, like, don't like get too like starry-eyed when you see somebody coming at you from like a higher position. Like if you're yeah, like if you're coming from a place like what do you call it? If they're very well known and should have the money and has had the money, like it shows in the past, then they could easily fit into the storyline like I still have it. They still definitely do have the sources, but don't get too hung up on it, because justice comes through, and you don't want to compromise anything like your freedom. Because once they get to your freedom, then you have to worry about your safety. It's that extreme. When you get an Emperor in reversal, if this were a longer read on just one question, then it would be like I would be definitely concerned if I saw a King of Swords in reversal or any other aggravating factor. But I did indeed multiple times check if that was a well-intended or ill-intended, and they said ill-intended. And multiple times they did say that they have the sources, but there shall be better. Is your past coming back? Okay, your second question. Look, okay, see, a King of Wands. Okay, so I'm not saying it's a complete no to this energy. We always meet people for a certain reason in our lives. It doesn't mean we need to stick with them. It doesn't, like, you decide however long that is. You don't control everything. They also have an equal part into saying how long, you know, the stay is as well. However, when this energy says like, oh, they have sources, they may very well. Okay, wait, let me double check this before I give you the full on that. No, okay. So scratch that. I mean, that's still true. They might introduce you to some people, but birds of a feather flock together, in my experience, for sure, and many others. But I just double checked before moving further that if these two know each other, and they don't. Again, they don't. This is a new energy, okay? So just something to keep in mind, okay? Something significant about the color red here, because everything is red in this. So, you might have something very much in common and alignment with, or red might be a lucky color for you. I feel like that in boosting your attraction. I mean, that's psychologically what it is, but this is a better energy for you, okay? It's the King energy, so it's not going to be a youngin'. It's going to be somebody who is mature, who is very much a family man. Four of Wands right here. So very much also in alignment for whoever, like, parental or father figure or uncle or whatever, godfather is looking out for you, whether it's in real life or in, you know, like ancestry. I'm getting ancestry. Yeah, like very well respected energy. Yeah, so according to that, that energy, whoever that is, it's, you're confused. Oh, your past is not coming back. This is, oh, wait a second. Okay. Let me verify here. It's showing me old, but yeah. Yeah. I believe you're... I keep asking, and the energies show me that it's your past. Maybe I'm biased towards the past, like the past should not be conjured up again, but all of it shows me well-intended. I check the energies. Why are you confused? These are... This... This energy is past. It shows me it's the past. Well-intended. Well-intended. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't give me the six of, whatchamacallit? It doesn't give me the six of, yeah, it doesn't give me the, Six of Cups in here, but I asked, and I'm checking the energies, and this is what's manifested in opposition to the King, or the Emperor in reverse, the Tower card. There's something that's firm here, though. Oh, yeah, I was back on the old question. The first question, what's coming in your love life? What's coming in for love? And so I was on that with this. And I verified because I forgot that you had asked that if your past is coming back. So then that was while I pulled these cards as I was interpreting for the first question. So then I checked on the energy, and the energy verifies it's from the past. And it's for these three cards, a manifestation of it. But it's better than your Emperor in reverse. It's better than the first option that comes through, for sure. Way better. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yep, that's true. Okay, let me just double check one more thing here. More detail on this energy. On this King of Wands. Who's better? The King of Wands, the past energy. It's better. It's definitely better than this Emperor energy. It doesn't mean you have to go with the King of Wands or the King of Wands, but it looks like he's a family man. That's what it reads. Okay, 4 of Swords and 2 of Swords in reverse. But it's saying you're free to go. Okay, it says you're free to go. You're free to go and move past that and really think about other options. Because as fast as these two came through, it was almost like back to back. Like, yeah. Yeah. You don't have to settle on these two, on either of them. Let me get one more here for you. It's the daisy. Okay. Extroverted. The Hermit card. Oh, The best option for you, though. I don't know why. I mean, the King of Wands looks like a good option. But life isn't really about the option between A and B. There's always more. So if you don't want to go with the past option, I mean, they're well intended here, but it's the past. And if you don't want somebody that's from the previous, it keeps saying well intended. But if there's something that you don't like about that energy, it's like you two clash in a certain value set, and they're still a good guy. You like it's okay to go dark. It's okay to walk on and move on. The path is open for you. Four of Swords. It was extroverted. Yeah, you could put more thought into it. There's no harm in that. You're not cornering yourself. That's it for now. I think I went over that a little bit longer. I didn't set a timer. I was just like kind of trying to remember the time. I'll try to set the timer later. I hope that helped. Okay. Okay. So nobody screws around with either of us. Oh. That's a bummer. Well, maybe that'll be in the future for you. I know I'm never wrong unless people are truly trying to mess with me. But let me know in the future. All right, now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passion, pursuits, and prospects from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, hassle-free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Okay. Upon closing the portals in these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine where their appropriate karmas do, assisting with a sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close the portals in these readings now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it just some time needs to pass for this to occur. I mean, maybe you wouldn't have that come through unless it was like you wouldn't see that unless it was in your face. But that was definitely the energy of it. I mean, let's say, okay. Let's say for anybody that is doing a reading for me with me, at least with me, at any time whatsoever, in person, remote, or live, I didn't think I would have to like put any notation specifically on this, but I've had to do this like once or twice in person. But if anyone is lying to me about a specific scenario, like they just make stuff up. Not saying this about you, Izzy. Just saying, if anybody is attempting to kind of try to mess in my face, it does fall back on the other energy. So if they ask a fake question, or what happens if my you know, if my is my father-in-law going to die, you know, within this week? He's, you know, having to battle cancer or whatever, this and that. And I read for you and I check the energies and they are correct. And you say, just kidding, like in your face, I don't have a father-in-law, or I don't, my father-in-law is in great health, like, that's still the energetic imprint. What I read is the energetic imprint of you at your current state. So if you don't have a father-in-law that currently exists, and you are bound to get married and you do have a father-in-law, then that's what will happen. You know, whatever that's transpiring. If you have if your father-in-law is like healthy as a horse, that is within your energetic imprint. And it goes the other way around too. If you try to have it manipulate things in your favor to say, that, make up some scenario, that you're bigger than you are, and then I read the imprint accordingly, it shows how capable you are of achieving such. It doesn't mean that you're going to 100% attain it. Like, this is what happens when people try to play in my face. And I'm not accusing you of doing that. I just know that if there are other energies trying to allow for that fumble, then they will end up fumbling. You see what I'm saying? So hopefully you'll see it in time, resonate for you. I mean, I know that I'm 100% honest. I'm as honest as I can possibly be, especially when people are paying for services. I mean, I do it even when people are not paying for services. I know how accurate I am. And, you know, hopefully, you know, that helps you out. Definitely. Oh, what's up? Yeah. All right, moving forward. Yeah, especially in person, I've had that happen so many times, at like these specific like occult, spiritual fairs. Excuse me. People will try to test me by messing like around in my face, like, and it makes me feel like, I just remember like it made me feel like all like weird, like why am I stumped here? Like, I usually can read like instantaneously. You're here. Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, what the fuck is happening? Like it, and I realize I'm being attacked, and so, or muddled with. So anyway, I don't take offense to you in particular. It's just like kind of like an FYI to everyone, including on the playback. Like, I know the difference between this and that. And so, especially with how many roadblocks had happened earlier, just trying to get this one started. Like, people really don't want me to make a living for myself. It's crazy. Okay, so moving on. What does my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight want to say about this? This one. He said go with this one. Okay, expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight. Okay, with what I just relayed, do you have any specifics, any modifications, any clarifications with those terms? Like, that's how I understand things to function. So LMK. Hermit, Two of Wands, Justice, and Six of, yeah. They say I'm true to form, okay? I go through the dark night of the soul. I read the cards just as if they were mine, that I am the querent, but I tap into energetic frequencies in order to do that. I go into a place where I don't know what the fuck is going on until I do. Two of Wands, I read it accordingly, like, plain and simple, it is accurate. This is sizing things up correctly, you know, also knowing what you bring to the table, knowing what others bring to the table as well. And it's like, I only do justice. That's it. Regardless of the scale of question, I will do that. And that's a true reciprocation. I'm not going to cheat anybody out of like their, what they bring forward. So that's the truth of that. Anything else? No, that's it. Miss Saint. What's up? All right. Excuse me. Okay. So moving forward. Okay. What's this? The full card, moving forward, that's what it is. Moving forward, moving on. I'm still on the right path. Let me see, more details. This, okay. Excuse me. All right. What happened over here? Oh, I guess I have my tea. Funny thing is that when I had tea, or when I, with the layering of things that I had to do, we always set some like meat aside for our cat, because he's become bougie like that. And so I had to boil it, and we only have like one pot to boil in, like a sauce pot to boil in. And so I did that, but that's usually this sauce pot that I use in order to heat up my stuff for tea and coffee. And so I did a really quick wash. I was really hoping that there was no like residue left from that. Trying to hustle over to here. And just decent timing, you know. I hope there's no like pork residue in my tea. If not, it's a hybrid, okay? It's a soup tea. We shall find out. No, it's good. It's good. I'm safe. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. Let me see here. What else? From here? Here. Okay. 1K subscribers. 1K and beyond. Okay. These are gifts unlocked. Season 3, episode 1. Okay. Well, what opened up to this, the double card, are these cards. Okay, so double card is external, and it's external. Well-intended energies. they're well obsessed. Hold on. Well, highly attractive in like magnetism. Yes, they know, they have their ways, their routes. Okay, anyway, what opened to that is 2 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. I asked if it was seek to control, and the energy says no, though. Okay. Now give me 1 second here. That's interesting. Give me a second. Interesting. All right. Okay. Anyway, here. Okay, moving forward. I had to check into that. All right, so energies with magnetism on the externals. And you're well intended. So what's the deal? Well obsessed. Okay. Wait. 2 of Wands. Leaving something. What? Leaving behind what? Same? Different energies. What is going on here? The Devil card. Okay, so well obsessed. Leaving something behind. These are all the same? Different. Same. Different. Same. Different. No. Same. Energy. Having to leave something. This is so strange and weird. Night night. This is really weird. Just strange energy. Like, I'm not used to receiving stuff like this because, like, it's usually very, very clear. So, external. Okay, that's not me. Is it part of my collective? Ooh, somebody's trying to mess with me here. Trying to block my third eye. Give me a second. Crazy. Okay. That is so strange. That is like really, really, really strange. For anyone that's just been here for quite a while, they know what my usual is. So I'm gonna go unicorn status for a second, because, like, dude, what the fuck? The energies are just not doing the thing. Okay. Do one like that. Gosh darned, what is going on? That is huge. Okay. Okay. That is crazy. What is going on? Anyway, Gifts Unlocked Season 3, Episode 1, 1K, subs and beyond. What the heck is this all about, dude? Alright, we keep going, because I'm me, and this is how it is. Okay, I'm just going to read it as is. I'm not going to overthink it. This is setting things up correctly as people come in. They're coming from something? Leaving something. Leaving something behind. Leaving. Just skip channel hopping? Like channel hopping, yeah. So, like, don't take it too hard. Like, what do you call it? Like, not everybody is here trying to find, like, life's meaning, you know? There's a few energies that are just, like, in and out, like, just between here and there. Yeah. Okay. Energy brings itself forward. There's a certain magnetism to why they would come here. Whether they realize it or not. They will in the end. They shall, for sure. Give me a second. I need to protect myself. This is crazy. See, there's energies here that I don't recognize. But it's cool and good. Like, thank you for your subscription, for sure. And trusting me with a reading for you. One thing that I neglected to ask, though, is if I could read for your, actually connect with your guides. I normally do that on a personal reading. Yeah, definitely. Oh, you're interested? I thought you said you were going to go to bed. You said you were going to go to bed. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. The horns will go up. That's okay. It's just goat energy. Don't worry. You know, like when you have snot rolling down your nose, like you're crying so hard and it's just dripping right off. It just feels like this is like the snot at the end of my nose. Like that's what it feels like. I have to hold my head up like that. That's what it feels like. It's so heavy. Anyway, moving forward. What else do you want me to say? What else do you want me to know? Gifts unlocked. Destiny in reverse. Ace of Swords and 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So things are winding. Things are, you know, cranking out just fine. Just crank them out. They said just continue cranking them out. It doesn't feel like I am in control of, like, what's happening. It doesn't, like, the weird, like, the strangeness of how things operate. Yeah. I know when there's absolute clarity and I know when there's haze, and I know the difference. So this is kind of like a they said like rigor mortis. What is that? I forgot what rigor mortis is. Give me a second. You changed? Oh, you changed your mind probably. R-I-G-O-R-M-O-R. Oops. Rigor mortis. Psh. Ah. Yeah, stiffening of the joints. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Usually lasting from 1 to 4 days. That's interesting. So rigor mortis. What is this? It's like... Oh. That's... Okay. I don't know why they would say that, though. Yeah, maybe things just feel a little stiff and dead. Like the energy feels dead. It flatlined. It's between here and there. There's a lot of fluctuation happening in the mix. But 1 to 4 days, I don't know, that has nothing to do with this. But here, just like keep on cranking it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay. I shall. Okay. Moving forward, I'm really glad that I don't have pork water here. I'm very, very glad. Max? What? So you just stumbled upon here? Oh. Go. Well, thank you for your subscription. The honor of your subscription. Max Aureli in Saturn. Yeah, I do paid readings. Let me know when you're ready. And and paid. And I shall do you justice. All right. Where am I going with this? Okay, moving forward. Gifts unlocked, season 3, episode 1, 1K and beyond. What? Oh, tips for me. tips for me on this, like, this new vibe, because this is only day 1 down, you know? Oh, dang. That's a whole lot of stuff. Opening up to the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Is it a humbling? No. Hmm. 7 of Wands in reverse. Hmm. Let me just double check. Get into the field. Seven of Wands in reverse. Oh. Okay. So, of no insult at all. This is just saying that just remember that when people come in here, they're coming in here because they don't um uh have the particular skill set that you do. Just as if you went to like a certain workshop or whatever, you're looking to gain some tips, some insight, etc. So this is not talking down on anybody. This is just saying, just remember that people are seeking you out, Tina. They're seeking out what you have, Tina. Okay, that's okay. Just remember that part. Okay. If they aren't, then why are they here? Even if they're cross watchers, even if they're haters, they're seeking me out. You know what I mean? Like, remember that. Three of Cups, 9 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, the Death card, and the World card. Okay. So celebrate that. Okay. Okay. Oh, and just knowing that I express the same rights as if I did in person, whether I'm doing this trade or that trade or a spectator. Same shit for everybody. Like, I don't have to show up to anything. Like, I don't have to, I can cut things short as soon as I want or pivot, or I don't have to like stand into anything that I don't really want to. Like, that's just plain and simple. That's life, right? So in 9 of Cups in reverse, especially if it doesn't make you happy, if there's if you're around the wrong crowd, if people try to like kind of gate crash in your arena and try to like stomp on whether it's your parade or your collective, just like you can call an end to it. That's it. And finito, it's done. Now these people can, you know, these energies can chase you around, you know, but this is like, this is not just me saying I'm done with it. This is saying my supporters, you know, the energies behind the veil, they'll see it through. Like, Tina doesn't deserve this. You know, I'm trying to put out my best, and like I don't need people trying to bully me and try to like embarrass me in front of a crowd. It's obviously visible. People know what I come up with norm on the norm. So like, why is it different on this day? Why is it different, you know, on this reading? It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay. Yeah. Like, trolls are trolls are trolls. Okay. There's that. Gosh, we're already in here? An hour and 13? That's not right. That looks weird. That looks weird. Okay, well, keep keeping on. Okay, anyway, we move on. There we are, darling. Oh. Moving over here. Psh, psh, psh. Pew, pew. Okay. I do not divulge my personals. The Tower card in reversal. So this is about follow through. As artists, performers, readers, we all have our own particular work ethic, and those who are very serious about their work are very particular about how they envision things. And seeing the devil card in reversal a couple times already between take 1 and take 2, it's promising. It's wonderful to see that. It's already like goal accomplished, that kind of energy. And succeeding like the worst part of ourselves, the being our worst critic. And so there's about the follow through, even if it looks like a mess, even if it, in the interim, as an unfinished piece, any work in progress is going to feel that way, you know? So we have particular feelings about that. I will speak from my space for sure. And so that's that. Boop. Thank you. Thank you. There's multiples on here. Okay. I think, am I going to put it on my head? I'll put it on my head. Oh. Does that, because it changes the energy. I am a unicorn. Yeah. And this is important as far as leadership goes. And like if something doesn't seem to be like an exacting success, like its traditional forms of success, you have to be able to let shit go. You have to. Otherwise, you know, it's just another ploy to like gag at your energy. It's, you know. So, oh, what did you do? What did you do? Where is it? Oh, right there. Okay. Phoenix energy. It's overcoming that, like with, you know, flying colors. That is the flare of the Phoenix energy. A band. It is a crown. Anything else? It must convey. High Priestess in reverse and 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the most prominent power in here is remaining objective. With as much as I know it's important to be able to pivot like easily. Like, so let's say like I'm doing this in person, in transit, etc. What was I gonna say? Like you can't judge. Like I've seen a variety of energies around me, in person already, and like also remotely. So I can't. No other reader, let's say, you can't judge the people that'll play in your face, whether they're low. Was it low paying or like on the higher end of the spectrum? I've had both types of energies play in my face, and so with that, it's easy to pivot, not just from scenario to scenario, like, okay, that event doesn't work for me, or that crowd doesn't work for me. And it's not being like diva. This is just like, when you try to vibe and find a wavelength to vibe in that scenario, and others don't vibe with you, then why force fit it? You know what I mean? Like, as if I was like dating an energy. Why would I try to force fit our energy fields? You know what I mean? So it's just looking at the truth in the matter, and it's easier and easier and easier to pivot, and be objective to the situation. Like if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Nothing else beyond that matters, honestly. And that's what I've seen across experiences. Like I can't cookie cutter, oh, just because I'm in the realm of occultist, that like occultist events are going to work for me. No, it doesn't. Oh, no, silly Sally. I'm in between both worlds. I look probably more conservative than than I would for, let's say, a goth punk event. Like even if I wore the threads, like if I'm not fully decked out, I'm not, that It's that kind of energy. It's like it's either you are or you aren't, and it's the same kind of rigidity that I experience in the conservative, like white collar realm of work in my presentation. Like I'm not exact to that fit. I am more of an alternative. You know, I'm on the other realm. So, you know, I experienced disownership in several realms. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm good. um Yes, exactly. So it doesn't stop me from moving beyond the space. You know, like, okay, as soon as I put in the post of let me tell you, let me talk a little bit of side piece trash. Anyway, it's passive trash anyway. Passive gossip. What you call it? When I posted the original link to this, you know, this session on my community page, um it was only like 2 to 3 minutes later that I received 1 subscriber less. Like, it's been like, I think that's how petty people are. Like, they know that I'm to celebrate, you know, 1K and above, and I did that, you know. The YouTube gods have allowed me to do 1,002 overnight, and since my last reading. And it's been that way for hours and hours and hours until I posted that link. And all of a sudden, it's like 2 to 3 minutes later, it's one shot down. I was like, I decided even if it was 998, because people are trying to do group bullying or whatever, some petty shit, that I would still go on. Like, everything's gonna work itself out. So, you know, experiencing all of that. Justice on the bottom. Look at that. Bravo. I saw that. I was like, okay, whatever. And even that, just like, there are just energies. You know, people don't think I don't notice, and it doesn't irritate me. It's just, I'm just calling it out. Like, there are certain notations, like, what is it? Yeah, and then I had connection issues on my phone, and then on that first take, and then I couldn't get on, like, it blocked me out of viewing that on my computer. So there must be some type of hackers. I don't know what, but then I had to do a restart. I've never experienced such a thing. Ever, 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 ever. And people don't know, like, okay, so the thing, all that I also observed, let me just give it time. I'm just going to give it time. Forget it. Forget about it. This one? Like that. Like this, okay. Ace of Swords and Six of Pentacles in reverse. So, you know, what I've observed, I don't always have to report to everybody. I don't have to report every single thing. Because, like, you know, probably half of you don't care either, unless you're also streamers and are experiencing, like, max, what is it? Spiritual warfare to the max. Like, then you would probably care to understand and know. So you can kind of forebode what's kind of waiting ahead for you as well in some aspect, but that's the absolute truth. And so this is a time to receive, you know, that's nothing but the best. Okay, let's moving forward. Okay. Okay, this deck. We shall move to this deck. Okay. It's 11:59. How crazy. Anyway, 10 of Wands in reverse. So letting go of every single freaking burden for sure. For sure. Aw, thank you. How are you? I wish I had like some little audio clips and responsiveness between, but that's probably just too much clutter for the creators of this forum to employ. Yeah, because, like, how do you even say your screen name. Is it supposed to be like, have the same kind of automatopoeia as Haktua? is that is that what it is? Is it supposed to be, like, is that what it's supposed to be? Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords. That is a repeating value. Eight of Swords, whether upright or in reversal. But anyway, Five of Wands in reverse. There we are again. Oh, give me a second. Sorry, I had to do a little prayer that I always do, just because people keep like trying to mesh with my constantly. It's a garble of letters I just strung together one day. Yeah. What's up, Callie? Yeah, for sure. Okay. So it is definitely an automatopoeia, but it's not supposed to be something sexual. All right, so here, okay. Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords, and Five of Cups in reverse, or Five of Swords, Wands in reverse. Goodness gracious, let's move this way so I have the light shining. Okay, so Seven of Cups, options, many different suitable options. Some of them are suitors, some of them are not. But they're options or resources or people that, you know, they're attractive alternatives to life. Okay, Eight of Swords, stay put. This is a good look for you, Tina. Out of all the variations that you've been in, what is it? White collar office work, blue collar office work, what is it? Food service, retail, the establishment, whatever else. So there's so many variations, like, and different industries and different areas. Like, this is the best energy I've been in. So, that allows me to be me. And, I can control, and identify when someone is trying to siphon at me. So there's no dispute at that. So that's good. It sits well with me. Like when you're interviewing with other companies, you like what my strategy really, what my interest in the past few years was to also identify what the company culture was like. And I realized after so many variations of one-on-ones or even panel interviews that people don't give a fuck about that stuff. That's just like, those are just niceties. Just like, on to the next question. You know, like, they truly don't give a fuck. And so, but that's what matters. That is your alternate home, basically. You spend more time there than any other place, you know, including your BFFs, you know, whatever. So why wouldn't you want to screen for that, you know? And if people are telling you straight up in different variations that they don't give a fuck about that stuff, like, then it becomes your problem that you've ignored it. So why string yourself along or help people string you along? Well, hello there, and thank you for your support in subscribing. Excellence. Thank you. All right, so there's that. And I know I'm not the only one encountering those troubles of finding, you know, work, finding that kind of thing, and like a backup and a supplement, something. Oh, morning. Morocco? I have never been to Morocco. Never. You know, I realized also, and maybe you guys also vibe with this in some realm, that I don't know my geography very well because I haven't traveled very much, and I'm in an age, well, I think I decided this long before this age, but don't I don't at a certain age I believe that um not only did I not prefer to uh or did I not prefer to travel, but also at some point in time that I was never going to be able to. And so I just kind of let it go without longing for it, you know? And so it's like, Morocco, I've heard about it in a magazine. I've, I think I scrolled scrolled around that description in social media. That's where I'm at. Like, how crazy is that? Um, and now it's not that I don't believe it. It's more like, if it comes to me, it comes to me. But like, I'm not gonna memorize different places when I have other areas of focus right now. Like, at some point, like, it's healthy to want to put things on in your bucket list. However, like, at a certain point in in assembling that, it feels like you're just keeping up with the Jonases. Like, it's just clutter. You know, it's just, we'll get around to it when it comes to it, but right now, no shame. Morocco. Shoot. Okay. Oh, I do know what a Moroccan cushion looks like. Anyway. It's supposed to be like this, okay. Oh, wonderful. This is so freaking great. This is so flippin' great. I will have time. There will be a time. But right now, this is my time here. Okay. 8 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. What? It's internal and external. It's coming for me. Yeah, it's coming through. Okay, so I have a whole shitload of wealth coming through. I've unlocked. What is this? Season 3, episode 1. A new era of absolute wealth and prosperity, clear communications, and worldliness in the ability to nuance the codes of language between person to person, culture to culture. That's wonderful. You wouldn't think that if you understood what I went through earlier, about an hour and a half ago, or some time like that. I don't know. This is great. It's mine, actually. I had to double check to see if I was just, going dun da da dun, I am a superhero, that kind of energy. I had to kind of just double check the energy to ensure it was mine. I've had so many people play in my face, so many, that it in previous times, it like the first time it happened, it was in person, and it was a free reading, and it was just for me to practice, and it ended up being what was supposed to be like 5 minutes was more like 30 minutes, and even went past that because the person still lingered around. And I was in conjunction with somebody that I had just met too, and like, he tried to, like, also shoo that energy away, and I like just and it kind of felt like, okay, when you are a psychic or some kind of like art distributor, whatever, you are kind of put in a vulnerable position as to whether the crowd says yay or nay to your abilities. And I'm not very susceptible to that, but I do notice. I do fucking notice. So the first time that it happened to me, it did really wear on me. Like, it set the tone. Like, can I really do this? Could like, they said, you know, that it was not clear, that it was not this or that, and every single time that happened, I just saw the patternings. So like, for it to have like one little fraction of an experience ruin the rest of your life, or even just the rest of your day, I've been through so many variations of fuck that, you know, that you know, I'm done. Swipe left, is that right? If they're good, then you swipe right. Is that how it goes? I don't know, dude. But so it's okay. I'm good. Future buckets. Okay, let's move forward here. Okay, I think that's it for now. Okay, so it is time to do takeaways. Let's say it all together. I am a success story. I am a success. Anyway, here we go. I attract riches, wealth, glory. Something like that. I couldn't channel right there. My usual oomph, but that's okay. I tried. I'll channel on my off time. I always do. All right. Okay, so takeaways time. So, okay, this is the first deck. Second deck is okay. Third deck. Okay. And then fourth deck. Okay. And then anything to solve the mysteries. Okay. Mysteries of life. Okay. So bottom of the deck is 10 of Wands in reversal. That is dropping burdens. Listen, that's not mine. I don't know who it is, but it's not mine. The Tower card in reversal. This is having to follow through. This is cleaning up the kablooey of a mess, whether or not it's ours. Okay. Chat is lit today. Yeah, I was just thinking about you. I was like, where is that bitch? Where is that bitch? But it was soft, just like that, just like Prince. Where's that bitch? Oh, well, thank you. You are very kind, sir. Well, thank you. Okay. Okay. So this is having to clean up a mess, whether or not it's yours. Sometimes, you know, that's really what survivors do. They don't get muddled in all of it. They know that overall it's a community, whether, you know, whatever head count there is there. And those who made the mess are either partaking in cleaning it up, and or they are they're ousted because they refuse to do so. So you know, assisting in the cleanup because you got your stuff already done is there's nothing wrong with that. This is, if anything, it increases the property value energetically and physically. You're advancing the state of livelihood for the collective. And so while it kind of felt like initially there's an like not mine, like it's hot potato with dropping the 10 of wands, there is a lot of work to be done. And so like the plan B, C, or whatever that is, like we can always look to overall, it will release a lot of burdens in the end. Okay. So that's deck number one. Deck number two is 7 of Pentacles in reverse. That is a windfall. That is jackpots. Psh. Top of the deck, 9 of Swords in reverse. Don't stress. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 7 of Cups in reverse. Being definitive. You have chosen a cup, or you are the chosen one. Let's find out a little bit more. 2 of Pentacles. Things are truly in balance. Decisions are made. Whether you're making the decision or somebody's making the decision on you, things are in balance. There's movement. There's traction. There's no stagnation. Okay. There's no rumination. Okay. There's no second guessing. Bottom of the deck for this is 6 of Wands. Victory. Look, the story advances. Even in its like minor arcana nature, for sure, for sure. Every process within each phase sees success in order to level up to completion. We must remember that as the Page of Wands. We should. The Page of Wands upright is the starter, is the initiate. Is like, okay, let's go. I got my hacking stick. Let's roam. Let's roam these premises. What song is that? Oh gosh. Anyway, that's fine. Okay, so 2 takeaways for my super duper refined divine collective. First one. Again, 6 of Wands. Who are you to start off with victory? What is going on? Somebody also just like is graduating, some kind of certification or some kind of test. Anyway, 6 of Wands is victory. I know we're not in like the graduation season, so it must be for some kind of certification or qualification. Anyway, it's a win for sure. To start off like that, that's crazy. Well, thank you. Okay, clarify by. Seven of Wands in reverse. What did we say that originally was? Not quite a humbling. Oh, okay. It's your time to shine. This is not 100% a humbling. This is more like, this is kind of stand down. This is the winner. Like, no stank faces, no poor sports. This is the one that won. Like, yeah, that's what that is. Interesting. Okay. It's a standout energy. Standing out above the rest. Okay, clarified by 11:55. Oh, you just got a certification today? Oh, you're funny, but it's for a small training video. Well, it's certainly advancement. And just know, some have had to retake that test. Even though it's a training video. Like, for real. Oh, and by the way, those training videos, let's say, because I had to do that, like online training for a certain like retail type of, you know, whatever job. And dude put me to sleep. I'm not like that. Like, it would take a lot. It would take a crazy, it's small wins, yeah. Oh, a big job? Great for you. That's fantastic. Oh my God, for sure. Great for you. Okay. Eight of Cups. What the heck? Well, it's leaving a scenario behind. Oh, okay. Well, not all qualify, right? So you do stand out above the rest, which leads you into a better position. This is leaving something that was once home or once was, and you're moving on. You don't have to return, but it looks like the logic of the Eight of Cups is that you do have the ability to return. It was just noisy. Okay, it was just like it was a little much. Or maybe you were a little much for it. Whoever said what, I don't care. It's something that had to be left behind by your sheer will. So once you like reacclimate your stuff, you could go back if you wanted to. If shit doesn't work out, you could go back, but that's the impression of the Eight of Cups. But let's get a little bit more here. Okay. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Something is loading. Well, you don't know until you know, right? Like this could be like if you're invited back, it could be like, oh, somebody has a baby shower, somebody has a particular retirement party. Don't be silly. This is going to be offsite anyway. It's going to be at this restaurant. Everybody knows you. Blah 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 blah. You do like, maybe I don't want to come back. Maybe I have to come up with some convenient excuse. That kind of energy. Like, let's hold our horses. Shh. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, that's your first takeaway. Your second takeaway is Queen of Swords. Ain't that the truth? Okay, so this is about like, where you stand with a reality check of things. So the wonderful thing about the Two of Pentacles in reversal is it also depicts an area of flexibility. Things are a little bit in limbo. Things are catching up. Things are loading, processing, etc. And so, well, processes are processing. You also, as a separate entity, are also processing the nature of being between here and there. And so that's, like, we don't know yet. Like, I don't know yet. I don't want to overcommit, that kind of thing, okay? Or pre-commit, okay? So, Queen of Swords leads into Five of Swords in reverse. So there's a limbo. That's forgoing something. Like if again, going on with the idea of being invited someplace, but you're in flux between two places, you don't want to overcommit. So you kind of forfeit, you forego entry. And if somebody's trying to opt you into, is she right or is he right? That kind of energy. Or am I right or are they right? Like, this is not my battle. May I remind you, this is not my battle. Yeah, there's that. Okay. Seven of Swords. One thing I learned as a parent in having to separate my worlds, not necessarily, what do you call it? Compartmentalize them, but things were breaking apart already, so you have to piece them out accordingly, and pretend as though you're in a move. Like it's going to have to break apart anyway, and we're going to have to box them and move them on over. So you look at things in a more practical fashion, like it was going to have to do that anyway, and that's how I process things. And I love what I do because it helped me process these things without having to go to an outside party, and when already in, questionable financial arenas. And so that was the rewarding part of it, but however, looking at this, what I learned as, moving back to being as a parent and having to remove myself from certain situations, you realize the best thing for people who are also in the middle of being in flux, the healthiest thing to do is not to um, share stories in which, like, they were wrong, right? And I'm right. You know, like, you trust the energies that are around you are smart enough to discern right from wrong and this from that. And that's I mean, you have to be truthful with yourself, and you would like that to have mirrored out on your exterior. And the only way that can happen is if you allow others to decide for themselves, okay? And you can't do that constantly over their shoulder. And so it's a good depiction of what's true in form in this new frame of life. So with that, when someone is trying to make you if someone's trying to put you in a position where you have to make a decision between this or that with the time crunch, you know that there's bullshit involved. Yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes it's really not that deep, but we're looking at the Queen of Swords here, so it is deep. You're not gonna wave around like dumb shit around their face and pretend. No. They're not the Queen of Swords. So you forfeit this. It's a different variation of a pissing contest, okay? That's what that is. So you realize where people are coming from, and they need to seek their, like, some sort of like safety point and or leverage. And it's like, don't opt me into your battles, okay? Anyway, clarified by Justice in reverse. Yeah, this took a turn, didn't it? The Queen of Swords here has seen too much. So this is not about looking the other way, but this is preservation of one's own peace. All right. Okay. So those are your two takeaways. Two takeaways for my partners in peace and quiet. First one. Four of Cups. Another presentation of making decisions, and so far everything looks, you know what I'm hearing? We're not worthy. We're not worthy. But like these options screaming from the cups, like they're not worthy. They're not worthy energies. But that's the ratio. That's 3 out of 4. The one that we're not looking at is right behind us. Right behind us. Spirit's like, you know, Spirit decided to show up to the party. It's about to tap you on the back. Trying to, like, the host is trying to give you something from behind you. And, like, your mind is, like, set on, like, fuck these 3 cups. Anyway, clarified by the Fool card in reverse. So something is about to ensue. I think this is turn around. Okay. Something's like right around the corner. But Queen of Cups in reverse? Or no, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's supposed to be like that. Okay. It's internal. Okay. Okay, so this is not investing in the wrong things. This is the inverse. It's investing in the right things. It's being critical of what you care for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Maybe there's like only so much reserve. Hmm. Temperance. I was gonna say that it might be the Queen of Cups is like running, I mean, is in this energetic vibe of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, but that like she's running low on fuel, but it doesn't appear to be. With the Temperance card coming through. So these are energies that have been through quite a bit, trial after trial after trial. And when we are scripted to believe that third time's supposed to be a charm, so like these are big three things, not like, oh, those shoes weren't there in my size, so I went to another store and they weren't there even though we called, etc. These are bigger things, okay? So when you go through trial after trial and you think you're gonna like things gonna like be okay, truly things are gonna be okay, but it wears on you a bit. So you're more sparing, not lack mindset, you're just more sparing with what you invest in. You're very critical of what you care for. And so the Temperance card, this is a matter of discipline. Um, And let me see here. Discipline, yeah, for sure. Because like when you are going through something and it's already a process of getting to the right thing, making the right, you know, the choice that fits. But then you have to have a reserve for processing whatever needs to be processed within that final selection. That finalization, that like acclimation point is also critical too. So that's where a huge replenishment comes through. So that's where that is. It's behaving in a way that you're a Yoda, and when it's time to shine, you'll really shine in that aspect, not in having to just like go through the mode of survival. So that's where that really kicks in. Kind of like a second win, but a second drink, like a second, yeah, something like that. Okay, so that's your first takeaway, which includes myself. You're drinking lots of Monsters and coffees. Holy crud. What are you so? What are you so? Okay. So your second takeaway is... Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's again jackpot or harvesting. Okay. That's great. Okay. Clarified by... I mean, that's coming out of raccoon status. that's the Hermit card in reversal. But the raccoon is no stranger to the darkness. They're natural hermits. And so it doesn't faze them having to like go through, you know, through the neck of the woods. Okay. Magician in reverse. Okay, we'll get more information on that. Magician in reverse, though. That's sad. It's learning tricks of the trade. Emperor in reverse. What the frick? From predecessors. They're not all well liked, but they are powerful. And this is showing that you're uniquely in the position to receive the favor of retaining more from them than most. I get that these energies are selective in who they show this to, who they reveal this stuff to, expose, things to. Yeah, because naturally in reversal, like, people don't like them. They're questionable characters, but these are well intended here for this particular energy, which is my partners in peace and quiet, which includes myself. So the magician in reversal can normally be very tricky. They can be very tricky. Not usually the ones that you would want to trust because they're tricky. And the emperor in reverse can be controlling, manipulative, stern, a dictator, etc. But for particular energies, there's a certain chemistry of a soft spot, and this one depicts it. Clarified by extroverted. Knight of Swords in extroverted form. Things are moving so fast. This is like crash course in whatever is to be received, because this is jackpot arena with both of them. Like, not knowing what to expect on a day-to-day, but you can retain it. Like, this is you can get something out of every day. The day moves quickly. Yeah, interesting. Like, time moves quickly. Like, it's almost like the end of year type of energy. Okay, those are the 2 takeaways. All right, 3 takeaways for me. Okay, first one. Strength in reverse. Okay. I thought it would be, I had questioned as to whether or not it would be okay for me to list my rates, like, so openly, my current rates anyway, so openly on the net. And it's like, people are going to try to figure out shit anyway. Like, you can't fear, or have to, I don't know. It's just like, sometimes it's just like too much to have to control this and that. Some things are just, you realize you're just thinking too much about it. Like, if people are gonna act stupid, they're gonna find reasons to be stupid. So like, I noticed that also when I was doing pop-ups, show-ups, that people would like come by and they would say that they're interested or whatever. Not that I'm trying to like sell, like get into people's faces, but they would take a photo of my rate sheets when they also do it. So they're trying to see what I offer and try to like mimic shit. And they would also what else did they do? Oh, they wouldn't really buy anything. They would touch certain items that were markers of protection and that were more like display, so that they would kind of leave tracers or bind themselves to the items that were meant to protect my stuff, like that were meant to, you know what I mean? Like, how, that's some crazy petty shit. Let me tell you. And so I did notice that. Anyway, strength and reversal. Okay. Clarified by. Okay. 5 of Cups in reverse. Graceful goodbyes. I mean, strength in reverse. I guess it doesn't really take much to have to say goodbye gracefully. Sometimes grace comes from experience. It doesn't come from overdoing shit. Like, it doesn't, grace is not the, like, synonymous with hospitality. You would think that. You would automatically equate the same to be, the, like, same, but it's not. Hospitality is, really, like, you can overdose on that shit. So, grace comes with measured, prosperity, measured givings, you know, measured with discernment. And so it doesn't always take a strong hand to say goodbye gracefully. That's what that's saying. I learned that. Okay. 5 of Cups. That is crazy. I've been seeing it back to back, even with a pivot. So it's like, okay, well, let's say goodbye to more. Hecate is nutsoids. Okay. If that's the way you feel about it, if that's what you see, then we might as well say goodbye to more. While we're in that vibe, let's keep doing it. Nine of Pentacles. This is about protecting one's own garden. You know, I have a capacity. I don't want to fill it to the max where I have to, like, control people to walk in a certain line so that nobody's going to trample on the garden or spill drinks or soda on my plants, and you know, like, I won't have to worry about doing traffic control and, like, being an asshole having to do that with people that are guests, and then having to be like, oh, these, you know, like, protecting assets that I particularly invested in. This isn't just about not fearing to take up space, but the ownership of having, like, bumper room, you know, the flexibility of having the leverage of bumper room, like 3 feet, no pressure, that kind of energy. Yeah, so that's my first takeaway. Okay. I do paid readings. I don't know if I could answer that in 5 minutes, but I can try and give you the fast answer for that. Whatever they tell me, I just read straight up. All right, my second takeaway is extroverted. The Hierophant, extroverted in reversal. This is, again, breakups, having to say goodbye. This is not always having to go by the book. Okay, let's see how that goes. Two of Swords in reverse. Well, it frees me up. It, like, clears the path. Oh yeah, not having to live life by certain scripted, like, who scripted those rules, you know? I'm living my own life, you know? I'm living my own life. Remember that? I am. This is my life. Whose rules are those? Who did this? And so you have yourself to account for. So if you don't want to go by the book, then it's your prerogative, Tina. It's my prerogative. It's, you know. So it frees things. It allows for more flexibility. Okay. There's a huge emphasis on that. I mean, I may stay up overthinking it or stressing out or, like, feeling the consequence of it because it's a It was a road less traveled. For sure. Okay. The Magician in reverse. But also know that there's loiters everywhere, okay? Not just what do you call it? Not just what do you call it? Energy vampires, but other variations of them, like the subsets of those energies, which are people that don't really they don't have anything better to do. These are like spiritual trolls. They catch on when energies are like going through a transition or through a tough time, and they make things harder for them because that's their definition of fun. So likely these energies have been in very abusive environments, and they pretend like they don't know otherwise, and therefore they don't strive for otherwise. So that's what they do. Hurt people, that kind of energy. That's what they thrive on. And so just know that when you're transiting through these things, that part of the like stressors come through, like there's a seed of that, okay? I don't release responsibility of my doings on these energies, except for I do know that these energies do more than enough to accentuate those happenings. For sure. Because if you're already riled up to go outside of the book and off script, that takes a lot. That takes a lot. And to follow through with it and sit with your decisions while everybody's talking trash on you, that's a lot. And then you have seeds of hope here and there of people like saying, yeah, rock on, keep going. That's that's not only good, it's cool. Whatever, like whatever variation there is, these energies really seek to trample on that. So just remember that. Be easy on yourself, okay? My third takeaway is the Chariot. Carry on, move on. This is good. Buck up. Okay. Clarified by Six of Wands. Victory. These are great signs. Our life lessons are also carried out in phases from journey to journey. And so once we get over this fact of, getting over ourselves and society of how things are supposed to be, and all these individual third-party factors that assert themselves into our lives after we've decided to say goodbye to those that we've allowed in mistakenly just to learn those lessons, there's others that still assert themselves. So once we've like overcome all of that and realize that those energies are like this is the part where the best revenge is success. That's where that comes through, where you know that you're like on the brink of something not just exciting and wondrous, but this is where you really, really level up. And you know that revenge is success is the best revenge, because you realize that those energies are super duper smart. They're just misaligned, and they've lost the will and the way of how things could be better for themselves. So you are in the position of setting the tone that things could be way better, because there's some kind of like magnetism of like why this energy is so attracted to you in the first place. They have enough resourcefulness in order to like try to assert themselves into your life. They have a means, they have some sort of display of will, and a knack for something, So that doesn't come out of nowhere, you know. So rather than giving them too many accolades, you can see where this can, like, what the fork in the road, the career path could be for these type of energies. So the only way to do that really is to succeed for yourself and also set the example for others. That's where you level up. That's where you chariot on and get the victory card. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, anyway. Okay. The moon card in reverse. No. It's the reversal, yeah. Again, that's black magic, that's dark magic, that's voodoo, reasserting themselves again. But again, as an inflection to that tone, that's where we set our intentions. Our intentions are so much more powerful within this level up, okay? Just as they've proved to be before. So this is new moon energy. I don't know when the next new moon is. Let me just double check here. The 18th. So that is a Sunday. So 4 days from now. Okay. And then clarifying that. Ten of Swords. That's killer energy. That's assassin energy. Well executed. Okay. It's kind of severe in its placement. Like, some energies are so adamant about attention seeking and asserting themselves and not just sticking their foot in the door to be like, I'm still here, ha 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 ha, like, I'm your what do you call it, your nemesis, your arch nemesis. Okay, so some people are so determined that they'll take it to the death. And if that's the case, it can be as dramatic as seeing it through that they will have to die as a, as a consequence to, for me to succeed, and it's not saying that I'm going to do that, but I have energies that really look out for me. And some people just do themselves harm, like some people end up getting into freak accidents or getting mixed up with the supremely wrong crowd, and that's their karma, so that's where that is. Okay. All right, so that's 1K and beyond. All right. That was a lot. Let me drink some drink. I was supposed to take a break between all of that. Brains. Trifecta. I think that's it for now. Yeah. Let's get one closure card for the dominant energies here. Are you curious what the dominant energy is here? What is that? Are those turtles? Robots? Shoot, what is that? I have never seen that before. Okay, I want to get to see what the dominant energy is here. This one? No. Okay. I forgot about this deck, okay? So we'll do dominant energies, okay? Oh, cups. Thank you. Okay. Okay, close your card for the dominant energies. Okay, we only do one each. That's one for here. Yeah, one for here at least. Six of Cups, friends, yay, kinship, good energy, good energy, yeah, good energy. Okay, clarified by, that's crazy. I did not expect that. I have friends. We are friends. friend material. That's good. Non-material friends. Material friends, non-material friends, unite. Okay. Anyway, how many do I take out of here? 1 or 2? Prefix. Okay, prefix is friend. What the? I almost like bubbled up my mouth over there. Friend, what the frick? You're weird. Okay, this is a precursor. Okay, so we'll get 1 or 2. Dominant energies are friends. We get 2. Okay. First one. That is weird. Good fortune. Yay. Good fortune. Okay. Clarified. Okay, we get 1 more. Okay. Truth in reverse. Okay. There's more to tell. There's more to be known. There's also underground truths like esoteric stuff. Esoteric shit. This is pulling from the divine also, you know, like or like yeah, like that kind of energy downloading. Okay, we might have some techies here as well. I heard dos techies. That was funny. That was so nerdy, but that was funny. Yeah, this is so we may have some psychics here as well. Very well, very intuitives. Energies. Interesting. So that's the dominant energy here. How crazy is that? I'm good. Thank you. See, you get it. You get it. Okay. We invented a joke here. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. Oh, thanks. But now that those techies, yeah, for sure. Maybe that'll be your your new gamer name. No, but yeah, that's. I'm glad you appreciate that as much as I do. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits, and prospects from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light and energy, and to be refortified in me, only me as free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas too, assisting with the sequence of rollout in light and love. I close the portals in these readings. Double Dutch.